be your best self with one simple move. Text messages you should never send your man. And mantyhose, why men are now wearing pantyhose.
Say it as it's so.
Sexy, kind of.
Men wearing pantyhose.
Yeah.
What does this world come to? Oh my goodness. Welcome to Life Love Shopping. I'm Andrea Jackson.
And I'm Michelle Yarn. And you know, I'm one of these parents that likes to post photos of my child on Facebook.
Yes, but you don't do it that often.
Well, yeah, we're going to talk about how to know if you're going overboard, and one mom who was even banned by a judge from posting about her child.
Oversharing
Yes.
is what we're calling it these days. Also, with finances so important, we're going to help you rebuild your credit because a lot of people are finding themselves upside down and it's showing up on their credit report. Growing up, we hear all sorts of homespun advice, aka wives' tales, and if we believe there's a little bit of truth in everything, which ones are more truth than tale? Let's start with spicy foods and ulcers. Spicy food lovers, you can rejoice.
Woo!
Although spicy dishes may irritate your stomach, they do not cause ulcers. This tale likely got started because many people think the burning sensation they feel in their stomach after eating spicy food causes ulcers. Not true. What about stress and gray hair? Going gray is just a natural part of the aging process. Don't blame your sparklers on traffic jams or running late. However, the truth, stress can accelerate the graying process. And does cracking your knuckles really cause arthritis? When you stretch your fingers, you create air pockets in your joints where gas builds up. The sound you hear when you crack your knuckles is the gas bubbles bursting. While some research suggests you may lose strength over time, cracking your knuckles will not cause arthritis.
Now, have you ever heard the one about the size of a man's shoes? That wives' tale 100% true.
Yes!
So, let's talk some bedroom politics and how you rate yourself between the sheets. 75% of the 10,000 people recently surveyed think they're good in bed. However, only 15% of marrieds and 32% of dating singles said they're satisfied. So there's some gaps here. This explains why this scene has become such a classic.
Yes! 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 Oh! 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 Oh, God. Oh.
Awkward every time. We have become a nation of good fakers. So here are a few more facts from this study. You won't believe this. The survey revealed women are more open-minded about sex than men might think. 66% of women admitted to watching porn.
Hey now.
And get this, 71% said they are willing to try some S&M. Thank you, 50 Shades, I suppose.
Yes.
And plus 32% of women admitted to being bi-curious.
Texting is becoming a standard when it comes to dating and new relationships. However, ladies, if you are not careful, certain texts can scare your man away. For instance, I can't stop thinking about you. Okay, it's okay to send this after a few weeks of dating, but not after the first date. We need to talk. This one phrase can kill a relationship faster than anything. Regardless of whether you text it or say it, if you have something important to discuss, call, or better yet, talk it out in person. The phrase, okay, sending these 2 letters can be translated 100
Yes.
different ways. Your guy will be on high alert if you normally send more detailed messages. Just saw the cutest pair of shoes. Save this one for your best girlfriend because your man doesn't really care. Plus, this might send the message that he's now in the friend zone, or even worse, you're high maintenance. And never start a text with, "My mom said we should." He's not going to like your mom meddling, especially if you just started dating. He needs to know you can make up your own mind despite your mother's advice.
Brogerie, guylons, mantyhose, call it what you want, but it looks like tights for men aren't such a stretch after all. Italian design house Emilio Cavallini has designed a range of tights labeled unisex, but believe it or not, the styles are being snapped up by men. Those have skulls on them. You can see there are lots of patterns and styles to choose from. I'm not really sure what they're wearing these tights with, though, so there's some room for imagination there. Now, designers at Cavallini say men now make up about 3% of the company's customers, but listen, we know a group of guys who have loved this look for years.
We may look like sissies, but what would you say, or else we'll put out your lights? We're men in tights, always on guard, defending the people's rights. La, 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 la.
Gotta love it. Listen, if you're gonna wear it, own it. Andrea?
The secret to boosting your confidence is more than just a bright smile. Joining us is body language expert Tanya Ryman with advice on how to put your best self forward. Thank you for joining us, Tanya.
Thanks for having me.
So where do we start as far as confidence goes?
Confidence really does start with self-awareness. People need to realize that self-awareness allows us to know what kind of information we're giving off. So what do we say to that? Well, when you're first starting to feel confident, what you want to make sure you do is have really smooth skin, because smooth skin improves your mental state. And that kind of starts off with you in the morning. You know, when you're getting dressed, are you wearing bright colors? That makes you feel a little bit better about yourself. So when you do these things, your confidence goes up. And that's why I say, if you want to have nice, smooth skin, you want to start off with a product like Jergens Daily Moisture, because it moisturizes your skin for about 24 hours. And it's visible. You can really notice the difference. These are some of the things that help you feel better about yourself, just having that little extra boost in the morning.
What else would you recommend? I know, especially during the winter when our skin is dry, we definitely need that extra boost. But as far as building our confidence and our body language, what else?
You know, there's so much to it. You want to make sure that when you feel good, what do? You demonstrate that you feel good. So you have upward body posture, shoulders are back. When you're looking at people, you're orienting your body towards them. You're making good eye contact, strong eye contact that says, hey, I feel powerful and confident. You're smiling at them at the appropriate times, because smiling, although is a vulnerability, lets people know that you're confident in yourself. And the interesting thing that we found is, if I smile at you, what are you typically going to do?
I'm going to smile right back at you.
That's right. So it's as if we've given each other a gift. So when we put these things together, whether it's holding eye contact, making sure you're smiling at people, dressing appropriately, using really good inflections in your voice, making that first really powerful impression, you'll find that your day goes better. Not only that, people tend to like others who are just like them. So when you come across as powerful and dominant, more people are attracted to you, and you find that you build rapport a lot easier.
And Tanya, how important is a handshake, and is there an art to it?
There is an art to it. The handshake is really simple, and I'll tell you why. All it is really, you know, hand to hand, thumb should be up, down, shake twice, and pull away. People don't realize that, and they try to dominate with the handshake. But the handshake is significant because it's really the first physical contact you share with another person, and that sets the stage for whether or not you can build rapport with that person. If you over-dominate, or worse than that, come across as submissive, what's going to happen is people are going to get a bad impression of you. So you want to make sure you do it right the first time.
All right, some great advice, Tanya Ryman. Thank you. For more info, all you need to do is head to our website. We'll have all the information right there for you.
You know, we could be quick to toss out scraps, but here are some cool uses for leftovers. For instance, do not toss those corn cobs. Use them for a base to make a silky corn soup, and they add a great boost of flavor to chicken stock as well. And save your pickle juice. You can always reuse the brine. Save the juice. Try pickling some of your favorite vegetables. Also, what about old bread? Keep the pieces to make croutons or breadcrumbs or even bread pudding. Do you have some wine left over? You can add it to your next sauté. Red or white wine can enhance fish, chicken, or pasta dishes with a nice twist of flavor. And don't toss those potato peels. If you peel your potatoes before boiling or baking, you can use the leftover peels to make homemade chips.
To spend time with could affect your health, and telling us more is Dr. Martina Cartwright. Thanks for being here, doctor.
Thanks for having me.
This is interesting information. We've heard that friends can influence our weight. Is it true that obesity is contagious? Because we're seeing that more and more in the news these days.
There was a 2007 study that suggested that obesity could be contagious. They looked at over 12,000 people over 32 years and found out that your chances of becoming overweight or obese were 50% higher if you had a friend that was obese.
Oh my goodness. So why does this happen?
Well, there seems to be three reasons, one of which is social norms. So we learn what's acceptable with respect to body size, exercise, and dietary habits from our friends and family, but also peer pressure and even imitation.
Okay, and I know, you know, we're seeing larger sizes in even the retail stores, so it's almost as if they're promoting it in a way.
Yes, and that also influences what people consider to be acceptable.
Acceptable. Okay, so what if you're eating with a group of people? We oftentimes go out to eat, we have food envy, we look at what somebody else is ordering. How do you handle that?
Well, if you were to eat with another person, you'll eat 35% more than if you would eat by yourself.
Really?
Just with one other person. But if you eat with a larger group, such as 7,
yeah,
you'll eat 96% more food.
96%? That's ridiculous.
It's distracted dining. So you think about when you go out with a large group, you're drinking more alcohol, the portion sizes are larger, and you're involved in conversations, so you don't really know how much you've eaten or how long you've been eating. So
And
that
you're
has an
sharing
impact.
food
And you're
and
sharing food,
Probably
yes.
eating things maybe you wouldn't normally order on your own, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, what about workplace eating? Because this can sabotage your diet like nothing else.
The workplace is a virtual minefield for dietary disaster. So in fact, the ubiquitous candy jar is one example.
Yeah.
Studies have shown that if you have a candy jar that's clear, you're much more likely to eat more than if you had candy in an opaque vessel. We eat with our eyes rather than our stomach. So if it's visible, we're much more likely to reach for that candy in that candy
So
jar.
we're drawn to the candy in the clear jar. Plus it
Yes.
looks pretty, doesn't it?
Absolutely. You have cookies in the break room, you've got donuts, and then let's not forget about the office feeder, the person that brings in sweets all the time.
The saboteur.
The saboteur, yes.
And really, when it comes down to it, back to the friends and eating, it's about choosing the right friends, too.
It is. Social networks can be very supportive, and they can help you either good or bad. So when someone's trying to lose weight, I ask them to look for those supportive friends, particularly on Facebook. If you post your weight loss goals on Facebook, look for those supportive friends and not the dietary saboteurs.
Because they can really make it tough when it comes to losing weight.
They really can. And that also includes your spouse or your partner, because other than money, sometimes one of the most robust arguments are between couples when one is dieting and the other one is not. And so it relates to food selection and arguments related to what types of foods to eat and how much.
Fascinating information. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.
For more information, all you need to do, head to our website, lifeloveshopping.com.
Have you ever noticed in those indie movies the hot guy always falls for the cute, nerdy girl and vice versa? Now, let's take a look at how realistic these plot lines really are. For instance, their day jobs always include bartender, bookstore employee, or an office worker. You ever notice that? And they always seem to know the song that the hot on-screen guy is talking about. So true. Doesn't matter what it is, they always have a copy on vinyl, and the headphones always oversized. Now, our favorite indie movie girl is always a talented artist, and the guy always discovers her amazing sketches when he drops by her New York City loft that she pays for with her bartending job. I mean, come on. So true.
Yeah, the $5,000 a month loft apartment.
Right.
Yeah, of course, because that's realistic. Sure. I guess that's why they call it the movies.
Absolutely.
It's a little fantasy. Still more to come here on Life Love Shopping. How to break the bad habits that could cost you your job.
And it's the new money trend, banking bliss. We've got the details coming up next.
Amazing what a makeover
Wow.
some purple can do for you, right? Welcome back to Life Love Shopping. Your credit score is crucial in today's world, and rebuilding your financial history can be a tough journey.
No kidding. So here are some tips from credit.com to help you get back on track. Set a date night with your credit. What this means is take a few minutes each month to review your credit score and set new goals. Add your credit score to that to-do list when you're going over your bills. And accentuate the positive. If you've had problems with your credit in the past, getting a new line of credit is essential to rebuilding that financial worthiness. Any new positive credit report will help your credit score. Also, get a secured credit card. You provide the funds for a secured credit card, so you're spending your own money. So just make sure you choose one that files reports with one of the big credit reporting agencies.
Try not to max out your credit cards either. If you have a $400 balance on a $500 card, credit agencies consider you maxed out. Use no more than 10 to 25% of your available credit. And be extra careful. One late payment can mean a big drop in your score. Set up auto pay or email reminders so you don't forget to pay your bills. Well, no doubt about it, we are living in a multitasking world, and while many of us try to do it all, we might be making more work for ourselves and not even realize it. Here's how to keep your sanity and your job. Turn off your distractions. Your cell phone and instant messages are likely disrupting your concentration at work without you even realizing it. Edit your message alerts to only include important people while you're on the job. Get serious about those deadlines and prioritize. If you have 5 different assignments to complete, ask the boss which project needs to be completed first. Know when you work best. Work on complicated assignments when you're most awake and active. Knock out the smaller tasks when your energy is lower. And keep a running to-do list. At the end of the workday, write down what needs to get done and cross off tomorrow's list. Even though Valentine's Day is over, you can still find love in your future, at least financially. And according to research, there's a key to healthy finances. Michelle Yarn has all the details.
Oh yeah, bear with me here. Banking is a lot like dating, okay? And
All right.
you need to find banking bliss. That's that key factor there. And there was a recent TD Bank poll, and it revealed 60% of those who are actually happy with their bank have low to no financial stress. 60%, I mean, that's
believe it.
huge.
It's huge,
In
yeah.
fact, happy bank customers actually spend around an hour less each week worrying about their finances compared to those who are not as happy with their bank.
Okay.
And those of us who are happy with our banks also are shown to be more optimistic about our financial futures. We're more confident in reaching our financial goals. It's very similar here, the love relationships to the banking and the money, right?
Yes, too similar.
I know, it's kind of funny, but according to that poll, the way to a consumer's heart is fast and simple customer service. It all boils down to that. And I could tell you, being with a bad bank with bad customer service, I mean, that is way more stress
Your
than you need.
finances are so important that if you do have
Yeah.
a bad experience, it can really set you off.
It really can. If you're not happy with your bank, you need to see what's out there. This is where the whole dating thing comes
Okay.
into play, okay? Find the one that actually offers you the service and the convenience you deserve. Opening a checking account, that's a really easy first step. It's a good way to kind of test the waters. And if you're not happy, do
It's like a
some
lunch
dating.
date.
Yes, it's like a lunch date. It's not too much commitment, right?
Right.
If you're not happy, do some dating. Look for that bank that's there for you when you need it, treats you right. For example, TD Bank, I have to say, they offer live representatives available 24/7. There's extended
gosh.
store hours. This is huge, extended store hours.
Yeah.
Free coin counting. I mean, come on. And they have award-winning checking products as well. And because finding the right bank for you actually means less stress, there's more time, a healthier, happier relationship with your finances. So tdbank.com is the
All
place
right,
to go.
Michelle, sounds like a great day.
Yeah.
For more info, all you need to do is head to our website. Coming up on Life Love Shopping, why one parent was banned from posting Facebook updates about her kid.
Plus, why cursive and calculators are two of the biggest lies we were told as children.
Even George Clooney doesn't look good in a
That
mullet.
man, he gets more handsome with age.
He
you
does.
know?
Thank goodness for the ER thing and the Caesar haircut. Welcome back to Life Love Shopping. Sick of parents oversharing on Facebook? You've got a new friend in New York State.
Oh yeah, a judge there has officially banned a mom from posting anything about her kids on Facebook. The lawyer repping the mom, known in court documents only as Melody M., argues that this ruling unfairly stops his client from celebrating her kids' accomplishments. You know, more often than not, parents who overshare the good moments want validation, and then the ones who share the bad moments love a good pity party.
True.
It's true, and oddly enough, it's the pity party that first landed this Melanie M. in court because she was caught essentially cyberbullying her own son, who was 10 at the time, and he has special needs. So the judge was like, enough is enough.
Yeah,
you know?
a little bit more to the story with her dealing with a custody battle too.
Yeah.
So a little anger, I think, posting on Facebook. But I think parents really need to be careful about oversharing, especially knowing that these posts last a lifetime in cyberspace.
And your kids
Yeah.
have no say in the matter.
No.
So when they're older, if you've
true.
got naked photos of your child all over the place, I mean, they're gonna have to deal with that.
Thank mom and dad for that
Yeah.
one. Parents are quick to teach their children how to be confident or patient, but it's also important to help your child develop the ability to empathize. Here's some ideas from galtime.com. Get reading. The more fiction, the better. Psychologists have found by stepping into an imaginary world, kids learn to understand and appreciate different perspectives from their own. Choose video games wisely. Research shows young children who play violent video games are less likely to feel bad when their friends are upset and are more likely to hit back when hit. Instead, encourage group play. Recess helps kids learn valuable conflict resolution skills and develop socially and emotionally. Make your priorities clear. Good grades are just one measure of success. It's also important to give kudos when your child demonstrates empathy. And above all, remember that you are your child's best teacher. If your child hurts someone else, ask how he thinks that makes the other person feel and how he would feel if someone did that to him.
And we know kids are always asking, why? And then parents come up with some creative responses to keep their curiosity satisfied. So here are some of the biggest lies from our childhood exposed. Like, why do I have to write in cursive? They would tell us, right? You're going to use it throughout your life, dear. When is the last time you sent a handwritten thank you note in proper cursive? Really, I can't remember how to
grade.
do the Z's.
Yeah.
You know, I always forget those. Okay, what about the star on a Tootsie Pop wrapper? Remember, it meant you could make a wish and it would come true. If only that were true. Gamers who love their Nintendo thought that blowing into the cartridge would make everything better. It does.
clean
I'm
it out,
sorry,
right?
it gets the dust out of there, right? The Roadrunner wins every single time. In reality, Roadrunners can only reach 20 miles an hour. Coyotes can go 43 miles an
take
hour.
that.
And if you thought the ABC song Baa Baa Black Sheep and Twinkle Twinkle Little Star were different songs, they're not. They're all the same, just different words. And then in math class, we were always told we couldn't carry a calculator with us everywhere. Well, God bless the smartphone is all I have to say to that one.
Calculator,
Yes.
calendar, yeah, we got it all.
Everything that you need is there.
Well, coming up tomorrow on Life Love Shopping, gourmet sliders, bedazzled doggy bowls, the most outrageous pet products for 2013. We're going to show them to you. Plus, the new family food favorites you will be stocking in your fridge. You don't want to miss this. That does it for Life Love Shopping.
All right, we'll see you next time.
All right, be good, everybody.